What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets. We're checking back in. We got our On the Dot NFL live stream coming at you guys here on a beautiful Sunday morning. You know, it's actually warm where I'm at finally. The snow is melting, and we have 4 teams left in the NFL. 4 teams left. We got Bills, Chiefs, the great rematch there, and then we have the third time meeting between the Commanders and the Eagles. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the conference championship stream. We are ready to get after it. If you guys are here in the chat, say what's up. If you guys are tuning in for the first time on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Lets you guys know every single time we go live. Shout out quickly to Teaser Nation, aka Bet with the Boys Golf. He had a 110-1 odds outright with Harris English. So shout out to you, Teaser. Good work, buddy. That's every Tuesday night we go live for PGA. So shout out to our first stream outright win. That was nice. So this stream powered by Occupy Fantasy. Make sure you guys tune in to Brian and the guys over there. Hell of a YouTube channel they got. Hell of a following. They have best DFS projections in the land. I use them religiously. We will use their OccuProp radar here this morning and go over some of my favorite props from today. And as always, make sure to say what's up. Appreciate you guys tuning in. All right. So we've been on a little bit of a streak here. We've officially have a winning streak. 3 streams in a row with profit. Overall, last 3 streams, 14-7 for 7.32 units. So closing in. Let's try to get to 10 units by the end of this stream, heading into our Super Bowl stream, which we will get into a little bit later on. But yeah, last week we went 4-3 plus 1.42 units. We had Ravens choked. The Ravens absolutely choked the Lamar and the Andrews. Then you got, I had the 40 plus for Lamar and Allen. That did not go as planned. Amon-Ra covered his line. We had Saquon with the free money of the longest rush. That was as free as it gets. And we got tricked by Pacheco again. I think the entire industry got tricked by Pacheco again. I haven't seen his name mentioned one time throughout Twitter this week. So I doubt anybody else goes to him. Probably the biggest wild card in that Chiefs offense. So I'm staying away from him, far away from him. But we did hit our Chiefs-Eagles teaser last week. And then we also had Josh Allen plus 110 to score a touchdown. So overall, great week. We 3 streams in a row. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you guys have made money with us throughout the season. All right, so I don't have a favorite spread this week, but I will say probably my favorite line, if I had to choose one, would be the Eagles line. I wish I would have taken it right when it got out at 4.5 because it's steamed up to about 6 right now. Let me pull up the live odds tab here on Occupy's website here. So you can see, it's 6.5 here for the Eagles. 6.5 is on FanDuel, and then you got the Bills Chiefs game. There's still 2s out there with Caesars and BetMGM, but otherwise you're going to see 1.5 there. But my favorite line, obviously, I think would take the Eagles here, or if you want to take the first half under, I believe that line is like 22 or 23. So just I really like playing Eagles first half unders. If it didn't work last week, obviously with the snow, that game was a wreck there. It's kind of the variance game there with the outlier. But I do like the Eagles here today, which leads me. I'm going to start off the show with the teaser. This is probably the most basic teaser of the week. But I just went 6.5 point teaser both ways. So Bills plus 7.5. You could get plus 8 depending on what book you're at, or bring the Eagles down to a pick 'em. I would say this is going to be, you've probably seen this all over Twitter here, but it makes the most sense to do it. The only reason why I don't like necessarily doing it with the Bills game and the Eagles game, the metrics aren't really there for because they're high over unders. So you're at 47s, 48s and a half here for the over unders. Not necessarily the greatest week for a teaser, but nonetheless, I'm going to give you guys one. So this is the way I would play it. Bills plus 7.5, Eagles pick them there, but not my favorite one to play, but I will give one out for all of you guys tuning in. So say what's up in the chat if you guys are here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Want to know what your guys' favorite props of the week are and what you guys are tailing as well. But I have 2 same game parlays and I have one multi parlay. They're 2 legs each. I kind of already tweeted it out on with my. There was 4 same game parlay legs per each game. And that's kind of like I mixed both of these in there. I really, really like these guys a lot this week. So let's get into the first one here. So we're going to go Goddard. I never ever say it right. 25 plus receiving yards. And then we have Eckler 3+ receptions here at minus 112. Goddard has been huge for this Eagles offense when they need to throw the ball. I would assume this the way that the Commanders have been playing, it's going to be closer than what people think throughout the game. If you watched, remember that Thursday night game that they played, the Commanders were up like 7-0 at halftime, I believe. They played better defense. That was even with Jaden Daniels having that rib injury. But it was like it was a bad spot for the Eagles on that one. It was kind of a sandwich game with, I think the Cowboys were on deck and on a short week, so they were playing the Commanders. So, but nonetheless, Goddard's played very well against this Washington team. He had 61 yards receiving on 5 catches last time they played. And then the time before, 4 for 36. And overall, he's hit 25 yards, 5 of his last 6 games. Heavy duty of Dallas Goedert. 3+ catches in literally 6 straight games. And he's a focal point of extending drives. Third down, him and Devontae Smith have been huge for this Eagles in passing down situations, which I still think they'll have to get to today. Obviously, with the Commanders, they're rolling right now. They're rolling. Brings me to the other side of this, Eckler. He has been a revelation for these guys as well. Coming back from his concussion, he also had 8 catches against this Eagles team before. I think they're going to have to get the ball out quick, or you're going to see Jaden Daniels run for 100+ yards. It's one of those two. You're either going to see a lot of short completions, or you're going to see design runs where Jaden Daniels just goes. And I think the Eagles are more prepared to stop Jaden Daniels on the run, which is very hard to do regardless, even if you are prepped for it. So I just think you're going to see a lot of Eckler, a lot of those dump passes to him, and try to get him out in space and go from there. So like this one here, Goddard 25+ receiving yards, and we have Eckler 3+ receptions, minus 112. I got that over on the on Scamdle. I mean FanDuel. All right, we got another same game. We're going to go to the nightcap, probably the game that everyone is going to be watching. I can't wait to see the numbers on how many people watch this game. It's going to be insane. But we're going to go probably square play again, but we're going to go back to it. But Kelsey 5+ receptions, Shakir 5+ receptions, minus 114 over on FanDuel. This kind of feels like free money. I know it's a lot of throwing, but Kelsey, or a lot of receptions, but you've seen both of these guys be heavily involved each and every week for their respective teams, especially in the playoffs. I think the playoffs against the Bills, Kelsey's averaged 85.5 receiving yards, along with 6.5 receptions per game. So he's had an 8 game, and then he's had 5. So every time he's had 5+. The Bills struggle in the middle of the field when basically you're going to have Kelsey run 5 yards, either go left or right, and just sit right there in between their zone. And you're going to see him catch a ton of short passes. And you've seen this Chiefs offense go more towards these short, quick options, get the ball out and go, because they cannot run the football very well, which is surprising. But Kareem Hunt should be able to run the ball in between, but the outside runs with Pacheco and whatnot, I don't think they'll be there this week. So you're going to have to see Mahomes, Kelsey, Worthy, and see who they can get out of Marquise Brown or Hopkins here on the outside. But love me some Kelsey and Worthy this week, like 5+ here. And then if you go to the opposite side, Shakir has been doing this all year long. I mean, they dial up plays for him behind the line of scrimmage, those little short passes. But his last 10 games, what do we got here? I mean, you've got 5, 6, 6, 6. I mean, 5+. He's averaged 5.2 in his last 10 games, catching the 6 over 10 times. Head to head, you've seen it the last couple times, 7 and 8 receptions together. Excuse me. I think this is a no-brainer play with heavy volume for my guys. All right. Excuse me. Let me know what you guys think. I feel like I'm talking and rambling. I'm not asking any questions. Not asking anyone or answering them. All right. We got our next one. We're going to go. I kind of did this last week with Lamar and Josh. And I'm going to go with Jaden and Josh Allen this week. And 40+ each. Okay. Excuse me. I got something in my throat. But yeah, Jaden Daniels, 40+. Josh Allen, 40+, minus 102. I think this is fantastic odds here. I just described how Jaden Daniels is going to get there. You're either going to see, I think you're going to see a mixture of both. But against this Eagles front that can get there quick, I think the only way you can really counter it, get the ball out quick or have design runs and knowing where the pressure is going. And design runs, get out there with Jaden. What I like about Jaden this week, in prior weeks when they played the Eagles, he's not nursing that knee or that rib injury from the time before. And as you've seen, Jaden Daniels basically has had head-to-head. So the first matchup, 18, that was when he had the rib injury. And then the next time that they played, they were coming from behind. That's when Hurts got hurt. And then you had, he came from behind and ran all over him for 81 rush yards. So mixed bag here, but I think I'm going to take the latter of it with the rush attempts. I think his rush attempts were like 9. So he had long runs. His rush attempts right now is 11.5. He has not got that any time between when they've both played. So I think that line is inflated a little bit, but I still think you're going to see long runs here from Jaden Daniels. Great matchup with the pressure that he's going to see. And then obviously, you play Josh Allen in close games and you're going to see him rush a ton. Especially against the Chiefs in the playoffs, he averages basically 70 rush yards in the last 2 games. Back a couple years ago, and then this past time it was last AFC Championship. So yeah, you have a lot of factors here going both towards these guys hitting this line here. I was a little more frustrated, I guess, at Josh last week due to him. He just didn't. It's like he didn't want to. He had 10 rush attempts, but he couldn't get anything going. And so I thought the Baltimore defense did a very, very good job. I don't think the Chiefs linebackers are as good as the Ravens linebackers enough to kind of catch up with Josh Allen if he tries to take the outside. But I mean, you're still going to see him take his attempts. So he's rushed for 10+ attempts every single time that he's played the Chiefs in his career. So you're going to see him go. You're definitely going to see him go. All right, we got Corey. What's up, buddy? He says, love the Allen Daniels play. You got it makes too much sense. Makes too much sense there. And I was on Allen last week. I'm going to go back to the well here with Josh, and then Jaden's been Jaden all season long, and we expect those guys to run wild today. If you want to ladder it, hey, go right ahead. Go 40-40. Go 50-50, 60-60, and then I don't know, see what it goes. I don't know if it goes 70-70, but it's worth it. I think both of those guys are in great matchups. We got Moises here. What's up, buddy? He says, I like the Chiefs. Man, overall, I tend to agree with you. I think the Chiefs overall get it done. They go back for the three-peat, but I mean, you've seen a lot of hate this week. A lot of hate this week with everyone saying that they get the calls, yada yada yada. So everyone's talking about motivation for both sides. I want to say that I kind of want to say the Chiefs have more motivation than the Bills. I, that's how I'm envisioning it. You got a very, very motivated team, but ultimately, I think it comes down to the defenses here, and I favor Chiefs defense over the Bills defense. I've kind of said the Bills defense is kind of like the Lions defense this year. Obviously, metrics are better for the Bills than they were for the Lions, but I just haven't been impressed with the Bills' overall defensive scheme this entire year. So, I don't know. I really think the Chiefs can get it done get it done tonight and head back for that three-peat. So we'll see. But I do favor the Chiefs. All right. Let me know if you guys have any other questions for sure. We'll keep rolling though. We have our one last prop play, which is going to be a straight prop. No more of these watered down same games or whatnot. And then I will have my anytime touchdown pick to click. So yeah. And if you guys are on Twitter or X, whatever they're calling it now, I do have a giveaway going. I have a same game parlay. I tweeted out. I'll give $25 to 2 people who repost. Make sure you guys are following. If that cashes, I really, really like that play today. So make sure you guys go and enter that giveaway. And your boy is on TikTok now. So it's a weird phenomenon. It's a weird world. I was against it forever. And I said, screw it. Let's just do it. So follow your boy on TikTok at .bets. So you should be able to see it. I have like 2 videos. I don't know how many videos I'll have, but hey, go follow me. All right, let's move on. We got I'd say my favorite prop of the week. I almost went back to the well. Here with my man Saquon's longest rush. But I want to say it's stupid. Everybody's on that play. And you know what? We had that last week. It was free money. Now it's inflated. It's super inflated. You got 20, it's like 26.5 on DraftKings, 20, I think it's 24.5 on FanDuel, 25 other books. Which for good measure, the Commanders literally give up the most explosive run plays in the United States, in the NFL. So it's well worth it. But I just think it's overinflated. I think they're going to gear up to stop the run. Obviously, the playoffs, it's a different atmosphere. But you saw Saquon go wild last week, so everyone's going to it. I get it. I'm going to go a different angle here. And Hurts has that bum knee, will be wearing a brace. I think he could run straight. I just don't know how much he's going to be able to run side to side, be agile, whatnot. So if you can get pressure to him, I think he's going to have to get the ball out. And your boy Saquon is still going to be relevant. But we're going to go his over the receiving yards here. I believe, let me pull up the Ocu prop radar real quick over on Occupy's website. But you have, I think it's 12.5 at some books and 11.5 at BetMGM. So let me pull this up really quick here. All right, so we got it here. We got total receptions, longest reception, total receiving yards. Here we go. So yeah, sorry, it's actually ticked up as soon as I got on here. Obviously, that's how it always goes. But it was 11.5 right when I got on here. So we'll take it 12.5. So I'll edit this. We'll go 12.5. 12.5 over on FanDuel at -110. 12.5 over on FanDuel. But like I just described here, it's kind of a different angle. Oh, sorry. Different angle here with everyone being on the rush attempts, rush yards, longest rush. But you're going to see Saquon I think, get a ton of run in the pass game. This guy's an elite pass catcher. He just hasn't had to be used like it. This game stays close. They get pressure on him. I mean, you saw it last week. They dumped down to Saquon. He had 4 catches last game for 27 yards. Obviously, the times before that have not been good, but I just think the playoffs, the atmosphere, you're going to see dump downs or maybe even design screen to Saquon. All it takes is 1 catch. This guy's explosive enough. I think we're getting a great number here at 12.5. I've seen it 14.5 at other books. So give me Saquon through the air today for his receiving yards going over. If you want to pair maybe the rush plus receiving yards, go right ahead. And I can't blame you one stinking bit if you take his rush yards or his longest rush. It makes too much sense. Or if you want to take him for 2+ touchdowns today, I get it. But I'm going to go that different angle for the over 12.5 receiving yards for my man Saquon. He should run wild. Share it with the chat so I can enter. I don't even know if I have it pulled up, but it's basically it's on my Twitter. So make sure you're just on my Twitter. Go follow at .bets. You'll see it on there. You think Saquon goes for 200 yards? I wouldn't think he goes for 200. I could see 150, but I'm more leaning towards the Commanders making this a worthwhile game and stopping the run, so to speak, not allowing too much. But I would say his max I would go is probably 150. But yeah, I mean, no one's going to blame you if you take Saquon for 200 plus and he does it. I mean, he's been doing it all year long. He's having a hell of a year. I mean, his line is 126.5. It's stupid inflated. All right, we'll go to our pick to click anytime score. I was on this guy last week. He fell down at the 1, not fell down, but got tackled at the 1. And I'm going to go back to him. And if you've seen my TikTok, if you've seen the video I sent out on social medias, you kind of know who I'm going with. But we're going to go Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy, this number's still insane to me. I think he should be more in like the plus 140 range, plus 150. But you're still getting plus 195, plus 200s. Let me pull up Worthy on the OccuProp radar really quick. But I mean, I just think this number, it was 200 last week. He had multiple red zone chances last week, just barely didn't get in. And you're going to give us the same number. So I'm all for it. So yeah, if we pull it up here, plus 180 over at Caesars, and you got plus 190 on FanDuel, plus 195 on DK. That's the route we're going to go. If you want to get wild to score the first touchdown, go right ahead because he had a chance to do it last week. And the good thing about Worthy is he's basically featured so much in the red zone. He's got 29 red zone touches for the season, 6 receiving touchdowns, and 3 rushing touchdowns. And he also scored against this Bills team last time they played. So Andy Reid, this is like his gadget down in the red zone. I love the numbers that we can get on Xavier. I just think he's the best value play of the day here with his extreme role. And the other game, I think it's Zach Ertz. 100% Zach Ertz. So if you want to take Zach Ertz like plus 300 to score, that's another one. But Xavier Worthy is my favorite here to get it done this evening. So you're going to see it. So let me know what you guys think in the chat. We got a question here. It says, what do you think about Pacheco? I think he's dead to me, really. But he just hasn't done much at all. And the whole industry was talking about him last week and his playoff track record. And maybe we were all 1 week too early. But when you're just looking at the whole numbers of it and his outage and his usage, his line currently is 28.5. It was 41.5 last week, cut to 28.5. Overall, he had 5 rush attempts last week. maybe he's not fully healthy. Maybe he's still got lingering issues with all this stuff. But you have Kareem Hunt, who his line is 35.5. He's hit 40 plus rushing yards in 3 of his last 4 games. Also scored a touchdown in 3 straight games. So I think they ride the hot hand with Kareem Hunt. If they end up running the ball in the red zone, it's going to be Kareem. You saw it late in the game. They brought in Kareem Hunt to seal the deal with him carrying the football, maybe because they're worried about Pacheco's fumbling. But I don't think it just flips a switch anymore. That was telling last week. But the Pacheco out usage was pretty telling. But maybe Andy Reid shocks the whole entire industry again and features him for 15 plus rushing attempts. I just don't see it. So fool me wrong, that'd be fine. Or prove me wrong, that's fine. But we got Kelsey and also Hunt as well. Yeah, I mean Kelsey in the playoffs, I'm totally fine with taking him. If you want to take him as a touchdown scorer, I have not got to Hunt. I just said he scored in 3 straight games, so I probably should have some type of share of him, but I have not yet. But I do have Kelsey. I have Worthy. And if you want to get crazy with it, maybe go, deep shot Justin Watson, deep shot Marquise Brown, deep shot to or someone over the middle, Noah Gray. I mean, you got all types of options here for the Chiefs. But I really, really think the obvious ones are Kelsey and Worthy. Sorry. How do you feel about James Cook? He is in the video play for my touchdowns. We are definitely on James Cook this week. I think if the Bills are going to have a fighting chance, they are going to have to establish the run for sure. I believe so. He didn't have a great game last time they played. I only had 20 rush yards, but he'd also had 2 touchdowns. So you're going to see him be used heavily in the red zone. You're going to see Josh Allen get some red zone rush attempts as well. But I think his rush attempts, he's at 14.5 line wise, and he's had 15, 10, 23, and 17 his last 4 games. So he's going to be heavily involved. It just depends on how well they utilize him and how well they can get him. So I went to the James Cook touchdown aspect of it instead of the Josh Allen, but I have mixes of both. But if I had to pick one or the other, the better number is with James Cook. Yeah, I feel like everyone is also on Josh Allen. Yeah, everyone's on Josh Allen this week, so I don't blame him. I'll take his rush yards to get him down there, and then I have a long shot one in the Discord if anybody wants to join. I have a long shot Bills touchdown score adding into our crazy first touchdown score of the day. So yeah, make sure you guys join for that. All right, let's recap real quick. So don't have a favorite spread, but I do lean the Eagles if I had to pick one to cover. And then I have Goddard 25, Eckler 3+ receptions. We got Kelsey 5+, Shakir 5+ receptions. Maybe that's low hanging fruit, but we'll see. I also have the teaser Bills plus 7.5, and we're going to tease the Eagles down. We got Daniels 40+, Allen 40+ rush yards. Saquon is 12.5. This line moved right before he obviously did the stream because that's what it always does. So 12.5 receiving yards, and then our pick to click to win to get into the end zone. We're going to go Xavier Worthy plus 195. So let's make it 4 streams in a row. Let's try to get to 10+ units over our last 4 streams, and let's get it done. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We will have the Super Bowl stream. I will let you know the date of it. Obviously, next week there will be nothing. We have the Pro Bowl. And I'm not going to cap the Pro Bowl at all for that. But we will have Super Bowl stream. I don't know if we are going to have multiple. I might go 2 or 3 streams as we move up to it. Maybe favorite props, favorite miscellaneous props, because there's all types of different stuff. So, but be on the lookout. I'll let you guys know if you guys are in the Discord or follow me on social media. We'll have tons of action for you guys that week. So we'll see. Maybe we get the rematch Eagles Chiefs. We'll see. All right. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you guys.